chance!
Are you tired of conceding goals again and again? Don't worry, my friend. I will give you 9 tips in this video to improve your defense. So let's get started. Number 1, use balanced formations. Always try to use formations where there are 4 defenders and 1 defensive midfielder. These types of formations are very balanced. Avoid using formations where there are 5 defenders or 3 defenders. These formations are not so balanced. Number 2, offside trap settings. If you tap here and go to automatic match support settings, you will find offside trap. Offside trap may sound cool, but I recommend you to turn off the offside trap. I have tried offside trap before and the results were not so good. It's often quite risky. That's why I recommend you to turn it off. Number 3, use correct defenders. The playing style of your defenders really matter a lot. The best playing style of a defensive midfielder is anchorman, so select a defensive midfielder with anchorman playing style. An anchorman controls the midfield. He is like a team's defensive shield. He is responsible for breaking up opposition attacks, intercepting passes, and distributing the ball to other players, maintaining possession. He typically sits deep in midfield and dictates the tempo of the game with his vision and passing ability. Use an attacking fullback for crossing and a defensive fullback for defense. A defensive fullback stops the other team's wingers from getting past him on the side. He tackles, blocks crosses, and defends one-on-one. He can also support the attack by making runs down the side and delivering crosses into the box. Between the 2 center backs, one of the center backs should be a destroyer. A destroyer center back's job is to defend aggressively and stop the opposition's attack before they get dangerous. He is strong in one-on-one situations, winning headers and tackles to break up attacks. Destroyer center backs are known for their physicality, leadership, and ability to intimidate opposing forwards. The other center back should be a build-up. A build-up center back with a destroyer is the best combination. A build-up center back focuses on playing the ball out from the back and starting attack for their team. They are comfortable with the ball, making accurate passes and looking for openings to progress the play. Often they have good vision and can switch the ball to different areas of the field. They have the ability to link defense with midfield and create attacking opportunities. Number 4, predict your opponents. If you try to observe your opponent for a while, you will notice that your opponent plays in a pattern. Every player has his own pattern of playing. After noticing it, you can read your opponent's moves. That's how you will be able to predict your opponent's next move. Predict your opponent and then intercept the ball. It's very simple. Let me show you an example, then you will be able to understand properly. Let's focus on this clip. What's happening here? You can clearly see that my opponent just passed the ball to this player. As soon as he receives the ball, he will pass it to someone. Now this player has 2 options to pass. He can pass the ball there, or he can also pass the ball there. But I am guessing he will pass the ball in this direction, as this one looks easier to me. So, I will just move the player between the path to intercept the ball. This is how you can predict your opponent and intercept. Remember guys, intercepting is the best way to defend. Number 5, don't try to press all the time. This is one of the most crucial part of defense where players often make mistakes. It's true that you need to press your opponent to steal the ball, but there are some appropriate ways to do it. The common mistake people make most of the time is that they rush their players to press their opponent. This might actually work sometimes if you are lucky or your opponent have a bad internet connection, but most of the time it doesn't work. Let me show you how the problem occurs. This guy here is planning to pass the ball to this man and then go more into the attack. Suppose I fall for his trick and try to press this guy. As a result, there is a big gap created because there is no other player to back up the defense for me, and I almost conceded a goal. To avoid this kind of situation, block your opponent's passing options instead of pressing. Eventually, he will be forced to pass the ball and you can easily intercept. If you have to press, always try to press with midfielders first. By doing this, your defense lineup will remain balanced and there won't be any gap for your opponent to invade.
Fabio Carvalho. Messi puts his foot on the gas.
Just wonderful. Loved it.
So the first moment of real significance.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more... Has been emphatic. Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his...
When you are unable to use your midfielders to defend, use full backs to defend. Use center backs as your last option. They should be your last hope.
Looking to break at pace. He's got the shot away!
Always try to pull your players backwards. If you do this, you will be able to steal the ball easily.
Game of this nature. We have already started here. This one of today's standout pitch. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Number 6. Apply call for pressure. If you flick the matchup button upwards, a nearby player will come to press the opponent and steal the ball. This is called call for pressure. You can use 2 players to defend by using this. Don't use this on defenders because it will break your defense, and there will be a huge gap. Use this on midfielders when they are close, and there is less chance of your defense to break. Number 7. Use clear button properly. Sometimes, just by using clear, we get rid of very tough situation. However, that doesn't mean we should keep using clear all the time. If you keep using clear too much, you will keep losing your possession and eventually concede a goal at some point. I have seen some people getting scared of opponents and using clear every time the ball reaches his defense. And this is a very wrong thing to do. This ruins your whole gameplay and you will surely lose the match. There are some specific situations where you should use clear. When your defender is too close and you know you will lose the ball if you pass, you should just clear the ball. You should use clear when your opponent is taking corner or crosses. But don't just clear in a random direction. If you just clear randomly, your opponent will get the ball again and attack again. Use clear in a direction where your player can receive the ball and you can go for a counter-attack.
Fernando Torres. Clear.
Number 8. 1 versus 1 situations. 1 versus 1 situations are those situations where you have nobody left to defend and goalkeeper is your last hope. In these situations, the last thing you can do is pull you goalkeeper forward to defend. To do this, you will have to flick your matchup button downward and keep holding it like that. When you will notice that your opponent is dashing towards you or is about to shoot, quickly pull your goalkeeper forward.
Nunez, unable to make it happen for all his good...
Number 9. Switch players faster. In the end, the truth is you can't defend well if you are slow to switch your players, slow to react, and slow to make quick decisions. Every single pro player is faster than an average player in switching faster, making quick decisions. So, if you want to defend well, you have to be like that too. Don't worry, you can definitely do it if you try. I hope after these tips your defense will improve even if it's a bit. Best of luck, my friend. Watch this video too and don't forget to subscribe.